سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحابه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم وقل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذا جاءهم أمر من الأمن أو الخوف أذاعوا به ولو ردوه إلى الرسول وإلى أولي الأمر منهم لعلمه الذين يستنبطونه منهم ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لاتبعتم الشيطان إلا قليلا. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So here, after the establishment of the system of Islam, which is to surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in doing so we must also surrender to His messenger who carries the message and the whole system of that submission and the manifestation, how it's humanly practical. And any activity or any issue, any event where the clarification is required, then similarly we must return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam for clarification. Suppose we don't find something in Quran, or we don't find something in Sunnah, then where do we go? So this ayat in its general sense addresses this issue, and it's a very important issue. And so here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا جَاءَهُمْ أَمْرٌ مِّنَ الْأَمْنِ وَالْخَوْفِ أَذَاعُوا بِهِ. So now when this is dealing with it could refer to various constituencies within the ummah. So perhaps the munafiqeen, when an issue which denotes or indicates that there might be a condition of safety or fear, for example, the battalions of Rasulullah would be sent out, and they would some news would come without actually clarification. So the munafiqs would always be bent upon spreading rumors and spreading news that would cause dissension, would cause fright and fear in the Muslims. And perhaps some of those who were a bit weak in their faith or understanding would follow in suit and spread these things around. And actually, as it is the order of Islam, that when an event or some sort of news comes which has some impact and ramifications, it should be clarified, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that it should not be spread around, but rather it should be sent back to Rasulullah for clarification, and if it needs to be spread or something needs to be explained, then Rasulullah is to do that. Of course, in his absence, then who? وَإِلَى أُولِي الْأَمْرِ, the people of authority, which would be either the scholars and the ulama, or in connection with the scholars and the ulama, the people invested with authority in the government and the administration. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to say, لَعَلِمَهُ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَنبِطُونَهُ مِنْهُ. So in such cases, such events and such issues would be understood by the people who yastambitun, istimbat. Istimbat is a very unique word in the Arabic language, and the origin of it is to take water from the depth of the well. So it's going into the bottom of the well and extracting water from the depths. So istimbat of ahkam, so finding the solution to different problems and issues which don't have otherwise clear textual reference in the Quran or in the Sunnah, they must be extracted from general principles, which is known by the people who understand and have studied and are certified and qualified in these various sciences. And this is what the ulama and the fuqaha, this is one of their spheres of effort in their portfolio. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to elucidate, وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ had it not been for the special mercy and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you, وَرَحْمَتُهُ and His mercy, لَاتَّبَعْتُمُ الشَّيْطَانَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. You would have followed shaitan except for a few of you. And particularly in areas of gray areas. And of course, the Quran is relatively small book as compared to all types of issues and events and circumstances that might unfold. However, within that Quran are basic principles, and within the Sunnah of Rasulullah similarly, and the very in-depth study of that in detail with the erudite scholars from the traditions going back to the Prophet himself, such individuals will have the capacity to understand what needs to be done, what needs to be said, what needs to be spread, what needs to be kept quiet. We have new situations that are not mentioned. What do we do in this situation? So this is not everybody's playground, rather it is, as the Nas says, it is for the people, ulul amr minhum, the people of authority, the ones who are capable of istinbat, extracting these decisions and rulings from their original sources, which are the Quran, the Sunnah, and the consensus of the Ummah and analogy, which is also based on these sciences. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand that and be connected with such people in the event, particularly in this day and age. We have a lot of new issues which are constantly popping up. And who are the people to decide about that? The people who have been described in these very verses. وَبِاللَّهِ تَبَارَكَ وَالتَّوْفِيقُ وَآخِرِ دَعْوَانَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. By the way, Salat will be 6:15 tomorrow, and also our lessons will be held at bay until I return. However, while we're in Umrah, inshallah, we'll try and send various, we have the program with us, so we'll try and send various programs if possible. And some of our collective activities and perhaps something else, inshallah. Hadi is going to be with us as well. And we'll try and arrange some things of that nature. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.